Beachbody, how you doing?
Woo!
Are you ready?
Yes!
Look, it's such a huge honor for me to be here. I have to start with a little bit of admission. There's more people in the stadium right now than the town I grew up in. Is that true for any of you? Raise your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people here than the town I grew up in. So it's not just an honor because Tony Horton, who's one of my heroes, introduced me, but because my name is Burchard, and I'm a huge Beachbody fan, ladies and gentlemen.
Woo!
Tony doesn't know the story, but when I was broke and living in this crappy apartment after college, I mean, I was there with all you guys. You know, I was doing P90X. Every time I see Tony, I can't think of anything other than the little towel I had in front of me, and I'm running around. Please keep your head straight. Let's get it. Here we go. Come on, Tony. Screw you, Tony. Turn around. So I'm a huge fan of everything that you do, every opportunity that you all have to grow your business, for your family, for your friends, to help solve this problem that we have around the world. As Carl talked about, we got a burning building and so many people are struggling with health problems, and you have this very unique skill set, very unique set of products, very unique opportunity to change the world, and I see it every single day. So I just want to start off first and foremost celebrating you, congratulating you, thanking Beachbody for having me here, and let's kick some butt today. You ready? Say yes?
Woo!
Let's do this. I've been blessed with 60 minutes with you here today, and what I'd like to share with you is the 5 personal musts for motivation and success. If you're not a note taker, become one right now. I'm going to share with you 5 ideas. For me, many of these ideas, you're going to hear me go, Brendan, that's common sense. But you already know, working with your clients, your friends, your family, the people around you, you already know this. Sometimes common sense is not common practice. And that's why so many potentially great people fail to ever reach their full potential. They're not doing the fundamentals, which everybody here knows they struggle with. They struggle with eating the right things, moving the right ways, treating their families in the right way. You know the fundamentals, we forget them. And so these 5 musts, maybe they're not earth-shattering for you today, but I promise you, if you will live them, they'll transform the quality of your life and your family's life and your team's lives. I know it for sure. So I'm going to just jump right in because I think it's so important to get to these points today. Number 1, you have to say this to yourself at some point. Today, tomorrow, but certainly here at Summit, I must raise my ambitions and refuse to settle. No duh, talking to a very ambitious group, I get it. But I've also been blessed to travel the world and work with the highest level of performers in the world. I'm a certified high performance coach. I spend my time in the high performance realm, whether it's Fortune companies, billionaire entrepreneurs, startup founders, Oprah, Usher. I've been blessed to work with amazing people, and I can tell you, one of the things that makes a difference is at some point in your life, there's a switch that goes, and you raise your ambition. The issue is sometimes it's hard. You don't believe in yourself. Somebody said no. You got a jerk in your family who doesn't believe in you. Something happens, and you diminish your dreams. Something is happening maybe in your current life today where what you're doing is you're diminishing your ambitions. But I like to tell people, never limit your vision based on your past or your current circumstances. There's a dream that's bigger than you, a mission that's bigger than you, that you need to reach out to for your family, for your friends, for your difference in the world. If you want to go to another level, you have to raise your ambitions to another level. Raise your hand if that makes sense. You gotta raise your ambitions to another level. It's just hard based on maybe where you came from. Certainly my story, if you've never heard my story before, you know, this is the house that I grew up in. A place called Butte, Montana.
Woo!
You got some Montanans here? A place called Butte, Montana. Montanans joke, and only Montanans can make the joke. It's also Butt, Montana. And we call it Bud because sometimes, now I love it, This is where I grew up, but it was a hard town. This is a picture of me when I went back in college to check it out. And, the house was always falling apart. My two parents, working full-time between the two of them, really struggled to raise us 4 kids. We were slightly below the poverty line when I was growing up. My dad and I were always climbing up on the roof or putting one other piece of rock underneath that little pillar that held up to that part of the roof. It was always leaking and always broke, and it was a hard time. And I remember one winter the heat went out in our house. I was little. I was like maybe, let's see, 6, 7 years old, and the heat goes out. Which, look, anywhere else in the world sometimes, when the heat goes out, it's an inconvenience. When the heat goes out in Butte, Montana, it's life-threatening in the winter. Because we'll get 20, 30 below zero, and that's not even counting wind chill factor. It's freezing. Heat goes out, but Mom and Dad, they can't afford to fix the heater. So we gotta wait 2 weeks until my dad gets a paycheck to fix the heater. All these people are coming in and they're trying to fix the heater and doing their best, but they can't fix it, unfortunately. And so my mom, being resourceful like a lot of you have been just to get here, a lot of you really struggled and fought and worked your asses off to get in this room here. So real quick, would you all celebrate each other for the hard work to get in this stadium? Matter of fact, if you're happy that your friends are here, would you turn to the person to your left and right, grab their shoulders, shake them, and thank them for being here. Grab them, shake them, thank them.
Don't shake me, I'm scared.
I'm thankful you're here.
Shaking you too.
I'm thankful you're here. Well, because it took resourcefulness to get in a room like this, to be here. Well,
Shaking like a sun, shaking.
my mom, heater's out, what does she do? She goes out to the garage, she grabs our sleeping bags, puts them in that front little room there. She goes back to the garage, she gets our camping tents, comes back to the room. She sets up the camping tents in our living room amidst a 30 below zero cold winter. Throws in our sleeping bags, throws in our parkas, throws in our electric blankets, and she pretends that we're camping. Us kids, we're so young and dumb, we don't know what's going on. So we're walking to school. I remember going to school and I'd walk in, like whatever, it's first grade, second grade, I can't remember. I walk in and I talk to the kids, I'm like, where'd you sleep last night? They're like, well, in my bedroom. I'm like, I slept in a tent. In my living room. Yeah, my family, we're camping. What do you guys do at night? I had no idea. But I love to say, we grew up with nothing, but we grew up with total abundance. You know what I mean?
Word up. Whoop whoop.
Thank you. We grew up with abundance because I was blessed to have 2 amazing, loving parents. People always say, Brendan, you're so lucky with everything that's happened in your life. And I say, you're right. And the number one thing I lucked out with was love in my family. So for those who have families, you love them. Just love them with everything you got. Well, you can see in this picture, behind the house, there's this, broken down apartments. My brothers were always tricking me to go up in the apartments and then they'd prank me and scare me. We had an empty lot next to the house. It was a tough place to grow up. And why do I share that? Because if I had set my ambitions in my life based on that house, that block, that neighborhood, my parents' reality at that time, the community I grew up in, if my ambitions were fixed to my then circumstances, if my ambitions were fixed to my past, if my ambitions were fixed to what everybody else thought and felt and dealt with and had in their lives, I wouldn't get to be here with every single one of you. There's something that happens. It's a transformation moment. Many of you have already had it in your life where you said, I'm ready to go to a new level. And some of you are going to make that decision here today. That there's another level for you that's required for you to reach because of your family, your goals, your dreams, the mission you want to serve, every one of you someday will make that decision to go to another level, and that ambition will change your life. It was the ambition to not just get outside of my town, but to give back to my town, to grow and to give so much bigger. I would never have gotten to be here. I would have never gotten to meet people like this. I did. Me, a kid from Butte, Montana. And don't worry, if those guys are too liberal for you, I also got those guys. Bill Gates and George Bush. I never imagined that I'd get to hang out and work with media moguls. That's Ariana Huffington and Steve Forbes. My big childhood dream, the people who made a big difference in my life, who I wanted to meet, I never knew I'd get to hang out with these guys. I never knew. Kid from Butte, Montana. I would never have had the ambition to say, I want to work with the most influential people in the world. I never had it. I wouldn't have had it if it was based on where I came from, or my college, or my friends. I certainly never would have gotten to work with Miss O. You know? Some of you know one of my most famous, probably high-performance clients, my main man, Usher. Oh man, if you want to talk about high performance and another level ambition, you got to hang out with him. He's unbelievable.
Make it happen.
Unfortunately, I haven't learned his dance moves yet, but someday. I got to meet the man who changed my life so significantly. Many of you know him. We lost him 2 years ago, and it's the late great Wayne Dyer.
Wayne Dyer.
And he changed my life. Because my ambition wasn't fixed to my past, I got to meet other people and have them on my stages at High Performance Academy, what I do. People who just, they changed my life. They were so inspiring. I don't know, like this guy. I love this picture of he and I. We have so much fun together. Look, I'm the biggest Tony Horton fan out there. I know many of you guys are too. Make sure you take his online course. It's Living Large. It's amazing. And Tony he really is who he is. And if you've met him, he's kept his humility, his hard work ethic, and his deep compassion and care for all of you. He's so amazing. I got to work with and have in my audience who I didn't even know was going to be there, someone who I deeply admire and respect. You know that, Chalene Johnson. We have so much fun too. I was at her event just cracking up, having so much fun. I mean, what I love about Chalene and Tony is with both of them, they're so driven and they have high ambitions, and not just for you, but for themselves and their family, for me even. They both raise my game as much as I try to raise them, and I love hanging out with them. I mean, you're hanging out with Tony Horton or Chalene, you never know what they're going to do. They're going to surprise you because they always got a big dream for you. They're going to challenge you to do something. You can be hanging out with Tony Horton, he'll just walk along and be like, boom! Chalene, all of y'all.